Okay, this turn it seems more shit is happening. We tried to find stuff, but didn't find anything. Then we got nearly assassinated, but by someone too stupid to actually fight against even one of our weaker mages. I attacked the caretaker and lost. And then we got beaten in Yomon. That means, of course, our friends from underwater are trying to reclaim their capital. And some minor shit here and there. We accidentally got one of our ally again. And we immediately breached the fortress we marched onto. Something which regularly happens in this stupid game where everyone has thousands of units. Normally it should take at least a couple turns, but really large armies can do this. Well, no problem. Especially with weaker fortresses, not all equal. So let's see how this battle goes. Looks good, looks good. Of course, now it looks like having so many pale ones is kind of hurting us here because they're blocking our strong water elementals from reaching the front lines. I completely forgot about this. Being numerically superior isn't always the winning ticket in this magical game. Well, we're beating some of their crap, but they're also beating the crap out of our crap. Whereas our strong trolls and elementals have really trouble reaching the front lines, and holy shit, shrimp soldiers are really good for especially their high protection, which means even if the pale ones hit, most of the time they won't, they will nearly do no damage at all. Also, their moral is shit, so they tend to run away pretty fast, like it happened to those units there. But now the shrimp soldiers are there, and let's see if our trolls can now maim them. Sadly, trolls are really bad at hitting stuff too. They're just really good at taking hits, except of course for if they decide to run away. That is bad. No, we don't. Probably. Oh yes, they have good attack skills, and probably we do tons of damage to our poor little and the elementals. Now everything is running away. There are still tons of shrimp soldiers, and yes, HP root. We have taken so many losses, the computer simply decides everyone panics and runs away. That was quite embarrassing. The worst thing is, I still have tons of those shitty pale ones, but they can only do one thing right, dying. Okay, I'm unfair here, they can do two things right, they can die and run away. Well, I still have them, I guess I can still collect them together and throw them in the water once more. But really, I don't know, I'm only doing this because I have all this stuff and can use it, and pale ones and land aren't really better, so there's not much use for them here. I really don't want their cowardly asses on a battlefield together with my better troops, that sounds like trouble. So I'll keep throwing them into the water and hope for the best. It's a shitty plan, but well, at least I've now learned my lesson and stopped recruiting even more of them. Now I just have this shitty cave province and nothing to do with it at all. It's kind of funny how I got one of the worst possible amphibious units from this stupid cave. All my other coastal provinces have nothing to recruit for the underwater realm, so my original strategy of just beating Yomon off and then preaching down Dominion seems to work. Seems to be the only thing working, right? But it's a slow tactic, a slow strategy, I mean. It will take a while. Well, at least... Oh, I definitely remember attacking this one Miklan province between Bulgaros and my army. Did I decide against it? I wouldn't wonder if this happens. Anyway, let's storm this castle because there is a giant stack of Mictlan down there. More than 500 units, which can mean everything between 400 and 700, because there is like 20% variance on Messe and news like this. A scout can make it a little bit better, but it's still pretty off sometimes. You have like 1 in 3 chances to get accurate information. Most of the time the enemy army will look 25% too small or 25% too large, or anything in between. That's a lot of variation, as I said. Well, let's hope that storm goes as well as the other run, because afterwards I'll have a fight on my hands, and oh my fucking god, I'm still recruiting mammoths? I must be out of my mind. But then I remember I'm still fighting the AI. But really at this point I have enough magic research and enough mages recruited. I should better stop using them, because mammoths are hilariously vulnerable against magic, so as soon as enough combat magic is thrown around, your hairy friends are no friends at all anymore. And I'm now at level 7 Conjuration, but I'll still try to get to level 8 to get the most powerful of my special snowflake summoning monsters. After all, when I'm playing late age Calum into the endgame, I want to actually use some of this stuff. And afterwards I'm trying to get Rigor Mortis and some other death spells to round everything up. Darkness is also good. Rigor Mortis basically slowly makes everyone stop moving by adding encumbrance, and Darkness simply makes everything dark, and every unit incapable of seeing in the darkness will suddenly turn way shittier, because they get really huge penalties to everything. They can't hit for shit. Archers will miss all the time, spells won't hit anymore. It's a giant headache trying to fight someone under darkness. Luckily, I will sooner or later change to undeads, but as long as I'm the one who uses darkness, everything is well. I just have to remember later not to mix my living and my undead armies when using darkness, because darkness doesn't care about which side you're on. It will also bestow penalties on your own units. Well, and that's basically it for this turn again. Mictlan has still some fight left in it. Of course, at this point in time I didn't know, but Bogarus was also eating into Mictlan from the southwest here, because Bogarus is fucking huge at this point. But I didn't know yet, and I thought we were both marching in from the north mostly. So I was kind of surprised when I went down that coast, and suddenly Bogarus from the west. At that point, it became clear that we would have to do something against Bogarus. But more about that later. This turn is over. Goodbye, peoples.